Okay fellas, real talk. I know the topic I'm discussing really should be made using long form video formats due to the nuances that one needs to understand in order to have a balanced view on society. Now, I am not an extremist and I do not believe in any dogmatic ways of thinking. You could call me indecisive and being lukewarm, whatever. It's very easy for someone to misconstrue my words if I do YouTube shorts, and thus my intentions will not be delivered with my messages. So I'm sorry for rambling on, and I pray that I will be able to articulate my thoughts clearly in this video. Now, I think all of us boys have gone through this. You remember that one bro in your guy friend group who used to do all the things you and the bros do? You guys go out together, you play soccer together, you make music together, etc. And then suddenly this guy got a missus and changed completely. He became vegan. He started missing out weekly band practice, letting himself go physically, getting fat, never having time to hang out with the boys. Just picture, there definitely has been that one guy in your friend group who very much was a distinctive character with his own personality, but ever since this girl came into his life, he suddenly lost himself. He didn't change his core being, no, he just became a confused mess of a man trapped inside his empty shell that he now portrays to the world. Hi everyone, my name is Koi. I've been in several casual relationships over the year, and although I don't regret a single thing from them, they served as a stark reminder to me that I was very easily swayed by my own emotions, leading me to make decisions that do not align with my core values. Now, challenging one's core beliefs is a good thing, don't get me wrong. It shows that one can think critically and has a growth mindset. But it can also be a very bad thing if you're constantly being swayed by others' opinions and not have any opinions of your own. If you don't have a strong foundation on what you believe in and what you stand for, you will never do anything under your own volition. You will always be a passenger of life. And that's fine if that's what you want to do with your life. But since life is the longest event you will ever experience, why don't you try being a driver sometimes? As a former Catholic, I was taught to submit to God. I did not like this idea at all, and I'm sure my brothers in Christ and of other Abrahamic faiths will agree and have the same struggles. We want to do shit on our own terms and not having to answer to anyone. Not long ago, I read this book called Sapiens. It was a Christmas present from my sister. Now, I have to say that it has several good points about the origin of religion and how it has aided us and got us here today in our societies. But reading it made me have a second existential crisis. Now, just suppose, hypothetically, God exists and He descended upon us, lived a sinless life and taught us how to value the nuclear family, help others who were less fortunate in this society, and stave off any invading tribes. And we all believe in this common creation of the mind, and thus start to advance society as a result. Do you think we would have gotten here today if everyone did their own shit and basically be a Sigma male lone wolf? Fuck no, we needed collaboration. A single human ain't shit, even if you're Elon Musk. You would have had to work with other people to get anywhere in life. Now, we all believe in something, even if you're an atheist. If not for God, which is eternal apparently, you worship things which will fade away with time. The human body, girls, pleasure, short-term gratifications. In short, you will worship degeneracy, which will degenerate over time. When humanity starts to believe in something that is beyond the physical, we can will our creation into reality. If believing in God has gotten us this far, it makes sense for us as a species, in order to exist beyond time, to believe in a maxim or maxims that transcend our physical existence. I don't think there's anything other than religion that can offer this to mankind. Not even Bitcoin and uploading our minds into the matrix to live forever. The nuclear family and being in strong societies is how we perpetuate the existence of humanity. The other stuff can fall afterwards. We gotta keep existing to figure out the meaning of life. But I don't think people think that deeply. So I'll stop right now. Thus, according to religions, comes the order of responsibility. God, man, I believe this is the way it should be. It is not to say that man is better than woman or child. Man bears the full responsibility and takes the lead for how things should run in the world, because we were made to withstand conflicts and to protect. It sounds very empowering to men and very misogynistic, but if you're a girl watching this, do you really want your mother and your sister to go to war and fight? This is not to say that women can't do this, but nature or God has intended for men to take the lead by making us having certain characteristics. So fighting against this will just make things much harder for you and for everyone else. We men are generally physically much stronger and bigger than you due to our higher testosterone levels. We were made to protect women and children. This is what true female empowerment is about. Allowing women to be themselves, to stay feminine, and to also pursue other fulfilling endeavors in this life if they choose to. We will literally die for you. If men no longer have a family to provide for and to protect, we no longer have to work hard to keep ourselves in shape and to be strong. When the nuclear family is broken down and the girls become damaged goods and they start to sleep around with other men, and then the men also become deadbeat dads with kids from multiple women, our society will collapse from the inside out. The rise of sexless single men has the capacity to decimate society because they have no family to protect, no one to work hard to and to provide for, no purpose. They will happily die without fighting if an invading tribe were to attack us. Just got back from the gym. Basically hit an arms day and also a neck day. Don't know if you can tell, my neck is so pumped right now. Did like about 90 plus reps of neck curls and neck extension. Now recently I watched a Hamza video and he talked exactly about how subversion is used by TikTok, a Chinese company, to weaken the supposedly strong Western democracy countries from the inside without having to wage war against us. They are literally preparing for a potential conflict and are deliberately weakening our men of the West. When our men of the West are busy being brainwashed by degeneracy, by TikTok, by Instagram, the people of the East are out there being hardworking citizens. Now, I don't really support dictatorships, but I do think that the Chinese government's deliberating act of censoring Western social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, which by the way is the hub of degeneracy, porn, and only showing some content on their own version of TikTok is for a purpose. They are training their men to be strong so that when the time comes for war, they will dominate the West. Look around you, men of the West. What are you doing? You're watching porn, you're drinking alcohol, you're smoking weed, you're having sex. Your mind is too busy focusing on all these pleasures. Meanwhile, men of the East, what are they doing? They're studying, they're working hard, they're being productive citizens, and you're making fun of them. Back to what I was saying before. If you aren't willing to take responsibility and to lead as a man, then you are not ready for a relationship. Period. All the relationships with the girls I've been with over the years failed because I was being a passive little bitch. Ideally, you would want to be with someone who compliments you. Someone who sucks at what you're good at and good at what you suck at. And this should be the screening criteria for all the girls whom you will meet in your life and are pursuing romantically. If you want a long-lasting relationship, that is. Being in a relationship is a lot of responsibility, and most guys do not want to think of it this way. If you aren't thinking about whether or not this woman will be a fit mother for your child, whom you will raise children together, then what is the point of being in this ill-defined relationship whom you're not sure if she's into you or if you guys are just fucking? Save yourself the heartbreak and hire a prostitute or watch porn if you just want to coom. All of which are degenerate behavior which will damage your soul, waste your time and impair your ability to pair bond with the woman who is meant to be for you when you meet her in the future. And that's why you see so many rock stars and pickup artists who were supposedly extremely alpha, red pill dudes end up being eternal bachelors. They have failed marriages by their 60s, kids with multiple different mothers whom they have to pay child support for. They have a lot of sex, sure, with beautiful young women, but they don't have the emotional maturity to be with a woman long term and have a happy marriage and family due to their lifestyle choices. They never really invested time in getting to know the woman that they were with and connecting with them properly. And just look at how these guys turn out. If you indulge in the same hedonistic lifestyle now in your early 20s and 30s, by the time you turn 40s, you will have the emotional maturity of a 13-year-old kid. And no woman wants that in a man of that age. You're still a kid if you only think of fucking, sucking and coming. Use this single period of your life to develop your own character and stop wasting it on pointless hookups. It's not forever. You will find a woman that is right for you eventually as a self-made man, if that's what you want. I was a bitch in my first relationship. I dropped absolutely everything I was doing when she planned things we should do together. In fact, it was her who organized most of the dates. I texted her constantly, always thinking about her. I really lose myself. I started getting into Christianity just before dating this girl, and all my beliefs about gender dynamics at the time and how men and women have different roles, I was afraid of saying in front of her, thinking that I wasn't being politically correct. And I started tolerating things from her which I personally didn't agree with. Basically, I adopted her interests and values without further questioning. Now, I know I shouldn't have been with her since the very start because of our different values, but I went through with it anyway and settled. I knew she was not someone I wanted to be with long term and would want to be the mother for my children. But I caved in and asked her to be my girlfriend because it was the first time I ever got any attention from a girl. I asked this after the third date from a complete stranger whom I knew nothing other than the fact that she was a classmate of one of my friends. And I've carried that burden of the relationship long even after it has ended. I lose myself for the next 8 months or so of my life. I was turning away from religions, became nihilistic and strongly resented women. The first few videos I made on this channel along with my Instagram posts after the breakup really captured this. I now have removed them from public eyes. I thought there were no good women left and I was better off being transgendered or turning gay. I started forcing myself to consume LGBT content, being passive aggressive towards my former church friends, and went out of my way to attack Christians on the internet. Fast forward to now, I could say that I am secure in who I am again. And this is who I will be portraying to the public. I own my values and beliefs. I am entitled to my own opinions, and I'm not afraid to discuss them. I believe in the sanctity of manhood and womanhood, of the nuclear family and of a strong society. And for this, I will not engage in the hookup culture, even if I know what it takes for me to achieve instant gratification with another human being. No, I will stay single until the time comes. You can do whatever you want with this video and the information I have provided. I just hope that you are safe, you're loved, and you're on your mission. God bless. Stay strong.